Someone says, "Hi, I'm Daniel." You shake hands, you hear the name clearly, and 3 seconds later, Daniel still has a face, a blue jacket, a job, a voice. But somehow, he no longer has a name. Most people call this bad memory. But if your memory is so bad, why do you remember everything else about him? That is the first clue. Names are unusually difficult for the brain because a name is often just an arbitrary label. It does not automatically tell you anything about the person. Here is a famous example. Imagine meeting two identical people. You are told that the first person is a baker. Immediately, your mind can create bread, flour, an oven, a white apron, maybe even the smell of something cooking. Now imagine you are told that the second person's surname is Baker. Same word, same face. But almost none of those associations appear automatically. The occupation gives your memory an entire network. The name gives it one thin connection. And if that connection breaks, the name disappears. But there is another problem. Introductions contain more information than they seem to. While someone says their name, your brain may also be reading their face, listening to their voice, noticing the room, judging the situation, and preparing your own response. You are thinking, should I shake their hand? What should I say next? Do I already know this person? Did I pronounce my own name clearly? The name arrives during all that competition, and sometimes it never gets properly attached to the face. That is why you can meet someone again and experience something strange. You recognize them immediately. You remember where you met. You remember what they told you. You may even remember the exact conversation. But the name sits just outside your reach. It feels close, almost available. But every time you search for it, you get another wrong name. This does not necessarily mean you forgot the person. It often means the weakest piece of information was the label. Fortunately, remembering names is not only a talent. You can make the label stronger. First, stop preparing your reply for 1 second and deliberately listen to the name. Second, repeat it naturally. "Nice to meet you, Daniel." This forces your brain to process the sound again instead of letting it pass through the conversation. Third, connect the name to one visible or meaningful detail. Daniel has the blue jacket. Maya mentioned Madrid. Chris carries the camera. The connection does not need to be intelligent. It only needs to be specific. Strange and exaggerated associations can be even easier to retrieve. Imagine Daniel's blue jacket covered in giant letter D's. Now his name is not floating by itself. It has somewhere to live. Finally, test the memory before the conversation ends. Look away for a few seconds and ask yourself, what was the name? Retrieving it once is more useful than simply staring at it repeatedly. And when you meet the person again, use the name before panic has time to begin. "Daniel, good to see you." If you still forget, ask again. Most people would rather repeat their name than be called the wrong one for 6 months. So the next time a name disappears seconds after you hear it, remember, your brain did not necessarily forget the person. It lost the smallest, weakest label attached to them. Give that label a sound, an image, and a connection, and it has a much better chance of staying. Do you forget names instantly, or remember every name and forget the face?